Hi, it's Tova from tovapain.com, certified life coach and meditation facilitator. So depending on where you are and when you're watching this, it's a new month today. It's July. If you're in Canada, happy Canada Day. And today we're going to do a new month meditation. But whatever day you catch this video, it will still be a really great meditation, and it will give you some other tips on setting intentions and clearing out the old, clearing the old so you can create new and really be intentional and thoughtful and mindful about what it is you want forward. So I believe that the start of every month is a wonderful time to do these things. I'm also a big fan of new moons and full moons. So many people, they'll wait till the new year. I always say there is no reason to ever have to wait for January. There's a lot of excitement all the time. New moon, full moon, the start of every month, and your birthday is actually your new year. So anyways, we'll get started. And so I'll say a few things before we move into a little meditation. So number one, the idea of a fresh start. So if you're on board with me and you're like, yeah, new month, new fresh start, it might be some other day of the week, but you might say, you know what, today's the day I choose to make this my fresh start. And that's really what's important. So I would say that step one is take a little inventory and ask yourself, what comes to mind when you think about what sludge, what residue, what old stuff is still hanging out on your shoulders? Are you carrying any old burdens that you don't want to be carrying anymore? And sometimes there's a few things that might readily come to mind. My recommendation is write those down, and then you can tear up the paper and put it out. So it's sort of just like this symbol of like, these are the burdens. I'm very clear on what I want to release and what I want to clear, and then you even rip and throw it out. You can also, some people prefer to just do it in their mind, and then with that intention, being really clear on what you want to clear out, then you can just set the intention to release it. And then with the meditation is that practice of clearing and releasing. So meditation is a way of cleaning our inner whiteboard, or you can think of it as your inner window. And so if you never clean your inner window, it's going to start to look dirty. Things will feel confusing and harder than they actually are. So by taking some time to just clean your mind, clean your inner window, simply by setting the intention to meditate, that helps then create the space for inspiration and clarity to arrive. So I'll just repeat the steps that we've gone through. Number one is think about, what do you want to clear out? What are the things readily coming to mind? Whether you think it or whether you write it down, just set that, intention, be clear on what am I clearing out? Then once you do that, we'll move together into the clearing, which is the meditation. And then the step after that is that when you're in meditation, depending on how long you go for, you may find that the whole time is just a cleaning. And you may find that sometime later in the day, maybe you're out on a walk or doing something else, you'll get this glimmer of inspiration. Sometimes in your meditation, at first you might just be full of thoughts and all over the place. That's like the inner cleaning. And then all of a sudden you dip into a more relaxed state and silence. And then all of a sudden you'll start to feel more creative and inspiring things flow in. So if that happens to you during a meditation, great. But otherwise, even if the meditation is simply a clearing, that's great. And then inspiration often flows in later on anyways. So if there's some really awesome inspiration, you can then take that and use that to set the intention for the month ahead or the day ahead or the week ahead or however you feel. And let's say no specific inspiration came through. Well, ask yourself, what's your dream? What's your goal? What do you want? What intention do you want to set? So that's basically like the 4-part. Number 1, clear out. Number 2, meditate. Number 3, stay open to inspiration that comes for you. Number 4, set the intention. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I've said a few things about meditation. I do have some other meditation videos, and I have an ebook on my website, which I will link below in this YouTube video. But I intend to make a bit more videos on meditation, and I'll just give a few little pointers, especially if it is your first time meditating. So often people get hung up because they think I'm not doing this right, or I'm meditating wrong, or my mind won't shut off, so meditation's not for me. And what I say is, actually, you're meditating perfectly. So it's impossible to meditate wrong. The mere fact that you choose to sit, the mere fact that you set the intention, and all you need to do is say, now my meditation begins. And you can put on a timer or listen to some video, and that's it. Whatever happens during the meditation span, I always like to tell people that is none of your business. And what I mean is that if it's one of those days where the whole time the mind is thinking and you're fidgety, then that's what meditation needed. That's what your whole system needed in order to clear and clean and create space. And it helps you be aware of sort of what energy are you at. And that tells you that there's a lot going on. There will be other days where you instantly just slip into calm. Those are the days where you'll likely say to yourself, oh, I finally meditated correct. But it's all correct. It's all meditation. So I would say the real trick is try not to get hung up on labeling or judging the meditation, and just allow the totality of your experience to be what it is, because that is the magic in meditation. So we're going to do just about a minute or two. What I recommend is that you would put the video on pause, and you can set your own phone timer. And whether you do it for 5 minutes or 15 or however long you choose, based on your meditation experience or what you feel like today, that's perfect. So number one, find a comfortable seat. And like right now, I'm in a chair. So you do not have to be sitting on a meditation cushion on the ground. However, if you have a meditation cushion or a pillow or anything to sit on and you'd rather be on the ground, go on the ground. And, if you prefer a chair, be on a chair. And if you're on your bed, let's say, just sit up straight in the bed. It really doesn't matter. I would say it is important to be seated. It's absolutely a different experience if, let's say, you're laying down on your back. And that has a huge benefit too. I have found that there is a difference. There is a shift. But let's say your back was really hurting you and you had to lay down. Well, then that is good too. But otherwise, find some sort of comfortable seat, whether it's on the floor, a pillow, or a chair. And then, and I'm going to do it too, I recommend closing your eyes. And if that doesn't feel so safe for you, then find a place looking down that you can focus your gaze on. And then take a moment to take a big, deep breath where you exhale from your mouth. And I recommend do that a few times. You can let the exhale be loud. And as you exhale out of the mouth, you can even really open up the jaw, loosen up and release any stress or tension from your jaw, the teeth, your eyes. Often giving yourself some time to sit and meditate is simply about checking in with yourself, noticing where are you holding tension? What is going on for you right now? How is everything going? So it's giving yourself an opportunity to be with yourself, to meet with yourself, and to be with yourself in a whole new experience in this moment. And what I mean is take a moment to be really aware of your body. And so this is why I highly recommend a body scan. And the body scan can be fairly fast. So you can start at your head and then work your way down and just noticing, is there any pain? Is there any tension? If there is, use your mind to relax the muscles. So through the scalp, eyes, jaw, teeth, front and back of the neck, down through the arms, through the palm. Take another deep breath and feel your breath. You might even find it helpful to place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. And you can continue to scan down through the heart, the upper back, mid back, and lower back, through all the inner organs, the abdominals, down through the hips, all the way down through the legs, all the way down through the soles of your feet. And so it's sort of like a body scan meets a relaxation scan, and inviting your whole body to relax a little more. And then once you've done that, you can simply stay here and be and sit with your natural breath. And you may find it helpful to, let's say you weren't feeling so calm, you can activate a deeper calm by creating calmness and balance in the breath. So you can take an inhale and then a deep and very complete exhale. And if you are looking for structure, you can even do something like take 4 counts to inhale and 4 counts to exhale. Inhale, fill your body. Exhale, empty. Inhale, filling your lungs. And exhale all the stale air. And sometimes you might want to play with that breath cycle. Some people find extending the exhale helps to create more calm. And sometimes for some people, keeping the attention on the breath really helps to clear the mind. So it's simply an anchor and a focus. However, you do not need to have a controlled breathing pattern. You can simply follow your natural inhale and the natural exhale. Feel the inhale rise and feel your exhale release. And again, you can put this part on pause and stay as long as you want. And then throughout the process, often you will likely find that you drift off into a thought. And so the practice is really about noticing, even noticing what's coming up. And then come back to the breath. And you can even think of the exhale as washing away and clearing out the thought. And sometimes in a meditation, you may find that for 5 or 10 minutes, you get really lost down some thought trail. And yet at some point, you'll realize that you went down a thought trail. That's the moment you can choose to come back to the breath and let the thought go. And this is what meditation does. It expands our awareness. It's like exercising our mind as we actively clear the thoughts. And we create a sense of inner peace and calm through the breath. And again, so whether this is on pause or whether you're just with me right here, right now, you can take a few more moments. And even with your eyes closed, you can bring your gaze to your heart. Stay present. And then just notice if anything did come up for you. You can feel free to open your eyes at any time. Take a moment to notice how you feel. And so whether you did this meditation right here, just those few minutes, or whether you paused and went longer, just notice for yourself, did some inspiration, did some intention flow in, or do you already have some intention for the month ahead? So what I recommend is if there is something, especially if it came up right now, write it down. I also recommend that at the end of this video, you take 5 or 10 minutes. Some of you might want to take a whole hour, and you can put at the top of the paper, if you are watching this in July or the start of the month, right? July, intentions for the month. But whether you're watching this some other day, it could even be intention for today, or intention for the week, or whatever it is you have going on. And, with that, it really is that practice of what people say, I call it making magic, that you'll actually see the results in your life. If you haven't watched my manifestation video, I recommend watching that because it all goes together. It's all part of the process when we consciously choose to clear out the old, the heavy burdens. And then we spend a little bit more time cleaning and clearing. And then we open the space for clarity. Then we can be extra intentional, which naturally makes us more aligned. And in that, we have the power and the energy to act and to really manifest what it is that we want. I hope that this video has been helpful. Again, in the show notes, I'll add some links to the other meditation guides, and I will love to hear from you. If you want more meditation videos, let me know. You can also tell me in the comments other topics, other videos, whether it's meditation or life coaching topics that you want support with, that you want to hear about. And again, there's more over at tovapayne.com. Thank you for being here. And again, I appreciate your likes, the subscribes, all of that really helps to, make this channel thrive. And I really enjoy this. So I thank you for being here, and happy July, everybody. I will see you again soon.